As we continue in praying the Psalms, we are in Psalm 6. David writes these words beginning in verse 1. Lord, do not rebuke me in your anger, or discipline me in your wrath. Have mercy on me, Lord, for I am faint. Heal me, Lord, for my bones are in agony. My soul is in deep anguish. How long, Lord, how long? Turn, Lord, and deliver me. Save me because of your unfailing love. Among the dead, no one proclaims your name. Who praises you from the grave? I am worn out from my groaning. All night long I flood my bed with weeping and drench my couch with tears. My eyes grow weak with sorrow. They fail because of all my foes. Away from me, all you who do evil. For the Lord has heard my weeping. The Lord has heard my cry for mercy. The Lord accepts my prayer. All my enemies will be overwhelmed with shame and anguish. They will turn back and suddenly be put to shame. In Psalm 6, I want to draw our attention to a few things. First, David shows just, I think, a freedom in his lament and his emotional anguish. You see there in verse 2, he says his bones are in agony, his soul is in deep anguish. And then he asks this question to God, how long, Lord? How long? It's clear there from verse 7 that what he's been weeping about has to do with what's happening to his enemies. So clearly the way they're moving towards him, the way they're talking about him, whatever they're doing to him has led David to just a place of lament and even tears. And he is unapologetic about his emotions. But I love there also in verse 8, the Lord has heard my weeping. What a reminder for us today that our weeping is never wasted. Our weeping is always heard. And God, as we're told there in verse 9, hears our cries for mercy, and he accepts his prayer. I love the both and relationship that both David can say, how long, God? How long will this take? And then also the confidence at the end. You have heard my prayer. What a gift for us and what a tension to hold as we think about our own issues in life. The need for us to lament, to hold on to both realities, that God will work on God's timing, but he will in fact hear our prayers. And so what I think Jesus is inviting us to respond to today, and what we hear Jesus saying to us today, is that we need to make space for our laments. You need to make space for the things that are stirring your emotions, leading you maybe just to weep. Like his couch was flooded. He says, my couch is drenched with tears. Do you feel like you have the freedom to express yourself emotionally in that way before God in prayer? Because I believe Jesus is inviting us in to make space for the things that we need to lament today. Maybe even the people who have wronged us, the things that we feel like are pushing against us. What if we took a chance now in prayer to do that? Jesus, today we hear you inviting us in to this place where we can lament and freely name the things that are leading us to cry. And would you give us now the confidence and the courage by your Holy Spirit, knowing that you hear our prayers and that you will have mercy on us. Help us, God, to wait, and help us to even just with confidence and honesty say before you, how much longer, Lord? How much longer do we have to wait? So would you give us hope in the waiting as we know that you will hear our prayers and that our weeping is never wasted. Grace and peace. Stay tuned for Psalm 7.